Hello again, welcome back. It's good to see you. Welcome to class number 177. We have 18 classes left. No, we have 19 classes left. When we finish this class today, we will have 18 classes left. Welcome back. It's good to see you. I'm glad to see that you are still here. I'm glad to see that you're still following this program. And for those of you who are simply zapping and stopping, looking at what's this? Okay. Who's this crazy fellow talking to the camera in a strange language that I don't understand? Welcome as well. It's always good to have people coming in. Guests are welcome. Los invitados, you're welcome too. So, class number 177, which means that before we get into the basic elements of the class, let's go over, repasemos, let's go over what we did in class number 166, shall we? Okay, camera number 1, please. Okay, in class number 176, the most important element that we were studying was the past perfect. And the past perfect is used a lot in English. It's used a lot in Spanish too. It's what you call the pluscuamperfecto. And you need to practice it, and you need to remember it. And the good way to remember, or a good way to practice the present perfect is two different ways. Using reported speech. Using the present perfect and with reported speech. I have never taken 3 aspirins at the same time. Okay, that's the present perfect. Hagamos la contracción. I've never taken 3 aspirins at the same time. Now, to put that into the past perfect is very easy. Just say, Peter or John or Felipe told me yesterday that he had never taken 3 aspirins at the same time. I have never flown to Mongolia. Last week, Maria told me she had never flown to Mongolia. Okay? I have gone to Egypt twice. Last month, Felipe told me he had gone to Egypt twice. Hace un mes o el mes pasado, Felipe me dijo que había ido 3 veces o 2 veces a Egipto. Okay. Ahora, en el momento de decirlo, Felipe dijo, he ido 3 veces o he ido 2 veces a Egipto. Sí, recuerdo que Felipe me dijo que había ido. That's past perfect. Pluscuamperfecto. That's one way, an easy way to practice the past perfect. A second way is using the concept of before. Okay, you take an event in the past, okay, for example, before I was born, okay, or before I came to Spain, before I met my wife, before I got married, and then the things that you had done before that. Antes de casarme, yo ya había tenido 2 novias, for example. Ya había tenido. Before I got married, I had already had 2 other girlfriends. Serious? No, but 2 other girlfriends. Now, before I came to Spain, I had already studied Spanish for 6 years. Before I came to Spain, I had already finished 50% of my university load, or commitment. Load is carga universitaria, carga lectiva. Load, my class load, my course load, my credits. By the time I came to Spain, para cuando vine a España ya había completado X números de créditos universitarios. Para cuando vine, by the time I came, I had already completed 50% of my college credits or university credits, okay, before I came to Spain. I had already done that, all right? I had already done that. Before I came to Spain, I had already studied Spanish. Yes. When I got to this country, I had an intermediate spoken level, fairly good, not too bad. But I had a very low understanding level. That's different. Because the difference between understanding your teacher in class and understanding real people in the street is an enormous. It's an enormous, una brecha enorme, okay, between listening reality and listening in classrooms. It's very easy to understand your teacher. It's very difficult to understand real people. And it's not the teacher's fault. It's impossible for a teacher to emulate the richness, the listening, the richness of sounds of a language. So really, the English teacher in class has two basic responsibilities. Responsibility number one is to give you the structures you need and the vocabulary, of course, that you need to speak, and to make you practice with that speech. So to give you the spoken ability, and more importantly, to motivate you to work in other areas of the language on your own initiative. Because if you don't work outside of class, you never learn English, never, okay? So that's the job. Now before I came to Spain, I had already taken 6 years of Spanish. And before I came to Spain when I was 20. I had already had 2 serious relationships with girls, yeah, before I came to Spain. Before I came to Spain, I had already given up golf. Yeah, to give up is abandonar el golf. I started playing golf when I was 8 or 9 years old. By the time I was 12, I had already won 2 junior tournaments. By the time I was 12. By the time I was 16, I had already won about 4 or 5 tournaments, junior tournaments in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. By the time I was 18, I had already won maybe 5 or 6 tournaments. I was a fairly good golfer. And then, during the summer of 1970, when I was 18 years old, between high school and college, between secondary school and the university, in that period of 3 months I played golf every day. I spent 5 hours every day, or 6 or 7 hours every day on the golf course, trying to lower my handicap to scratch, to 0. And I got progressively worse as the summer went by. So I got very frustrated with golf and I gave up. So by the time I came to Spain, 2 years later, I had already given up golf. Past perfect. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hello again, I'm Richard, of course, as you well know, and we're going to carry on from where Richard left off, reviewing yesterday's class. Okay, how are you, Annette?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Annette's with me in the studio. She's going to help me look at the past perfect first of all, and then 3 irregular verbs in the past, okay? Let's start with the past perfect. How do we form it? ¿Cómo se forma el pasado perfecto?
Have had.
Had sería.
Had.
Have had es el presente perfecto. Had el
Had,
pasado
had.
perfecto. Ok, siempre es el verbo had, ok, que nunca cambia. Had, I had, he had, everybody had. Ok, y luego el participio. ¿Vale? ¿Cuándo lo utilizamos? When do we use it then? Well, we use it when we're talking about an action which took place, que tuvo lugar, which took place in the past before another action which also took place in the past, okay? For example, when I arrived at the party, everybody had already left, okay? Cuando llegué a la fiesta, todo el mundo se había marchado ya, ¿vale? Muy fácil. Let's go then. We're going to look at 3 expressions. Before, by the time, que es cuando por fin, and already, ya. These 3 expressions are commonly used with the past perfect. Okay, por ejemplo, antes de venir a España, nunca había leído un periódico en español.
Before coming to Spain, I'd never read a newspaper.
Vale, or before I came to Spain, I had never read a Spanish newspaper. Okay, again?
Before I came to Spain,
Muy bien.
I had never
Read?
read a newspaper, a Spanish,
Well, a Spanish newspaper. Vale. Before I came to Spain, I'd never read a Spanish newspaper. Don't forget, normally we make the contraction. We use that
I'd
contraction.
never.
I'd never done. I'd never read. I'd never seen. ¿Ok? Mejor que I had never seen. Vale. Antes de aprender inglés, nunca había estudiado ningún otro idioma.
Before studying English, I had never studied another
Bien,
language.
okay. Before I studied English, before I learned English, I had never studied, I had never learnt another language. Okay? Bien, cuando por fin llegamos ahí, todo el mundo se había marchado ya. Cuando por fin, by the time. Okay, by the time.
By the time I arrived,
Todo el mundo.
Everybody left.
Y el
Everybody had left.
Mejor, again. Entonces,
By the time I arrived,
arrived.
by the time I arrived, everybody had left.
Fantastic, good. By the time I arrived, everybody had left. By the time I arrived, everybody had already left. Okay? We have no more time for the past perfect. ¡Qué rápido! Bien, vamos ahora con los tres verbos irregulares, que son to meet, cuyo pasado es
Met,
y el
met.
participio, muy bien. To steal.
steal, stole, stolen.
Excellent. Okay, every day I steal, yesterday I stole, I've never stolen. Participio. And the verb to rise.
Rise,
Intransitive
rose,
verb.
risen.
Muy bien. Rise, rose, risen. Okay, the sun rises every day. Yesterday it rose, and it's never risen in the west. Por ejemplo. Vale. Look, we're going to try and do this using the expression late yesterday evening. Okay? ¿Qué significa? Ayer a última hora de la tarde.
Late yesterday evening.
Late yesterday evening. Okay? Bien. Yo robé una joya ayer a última hora de la tarde. ¿Cómo sería?
I stole jewelry.
Jewelry or a jewel or...
I stole a jewel late yesterday evening.
Qué interesante. ¿Lo sabéis? Amiga.
Never.
Bien, ok. Nunca he robado nada.
I've never stolen anything.
Nunca había robado nada.
I've never
Nunca había robado nada hasta ayer a última hora de la tarde.
I had never stolen anything until yesterday.
Good, until late yesterday evening. Good. ¿Por qué?
Until late
Late yesterday evening. You stole a jewel or some jewelry. Muy bien. Ayer a última hora de la tarde subió el sol.
Yesterday.
Late yesterday evening.
Late yesterday evening, the sun rose.
Muy bien. Late yesterday evening, the sun rose. Vale. Después de 3 copas, igual. Ok. Con meet. Ayer a última hora de la tarde quedamos.
We met tomorrow.
Ayer.
We met yesterday.
Late yesterday evening.
We met
late yesterday
evening.
Again.
We met late yesterday evening.
Fantastic. Again.
We met late yesterday evening.
Good. We met late yesterday evening. We do this as well with early, yeah? Early yesterday morning. Late yesterday evening or early yesterday morning, okay?
Okay.
¿Cuál es el pasado del verbo to steal?
Stole.
Good. Y el verbo empieza con un sonido de Good.
Stole.
Steal, stole, stolen. We don't say steal. Vale, adiós. Chao.
All right, welcome back. To be able to. We saw this yesterday or the day before yesterday. In the past tense, when I was 15 and a half, I was able to drive legally because I had a special permit from the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma, because my mother was disabled, temporarily disabled for a period of about 7 or 8 months. So I needed to drive her around. So I was able to do this. I was able to do this. Podía hacer esto. Podía. Si dijera podría, probablemente diría could. All right, in vez de was able. Let's go to camera 1, and let's continue looking at to be able to, but in the present perfect. and in the future, please. Okay, tomorrow I'll be able to, look, I don't want to spend time now explaining this. In tomorrow's class, I'll be able to spend more time on this. Cuando hablamos en el futuro, podré. No solemos decir can, aunque se puede. Tomorrow I can. Mañana puedo. Mañana podré. In this particular case, I can't talk to you today about my problems with, I'm having some problems with Maria. Yes, we don't agree on certain things. Now, right now I can't expand on those problems because I don't have time. I really don't have time to expand on the problems, but I know you're interested. People like to gossip. They like to know what's happening. And there's a problem between Maria and me. Fijaos que digo, between Maria and me. En español diríais, creo, entre María y yo. Okay. The word between is a preposition in English. Okay? And after the prepositions, you can't use personal pronouns. You have to use object pronouns. So, entre María y mí. O sea, para mí, para ella y para mí. Entre ella y mí, in English, eh? Entre ella y yo. So, there's a problem between Maria and me, and I can't expand on that problem today. I can't tell you any more details. I can't give you any more details about it, but tomorrow I'll be able to do it. Tomorrow I'll be able to tell you everything, okay? Because tomorrow I'll have plenty of time to tell you about this interesting problem we're having. I'll be able to do it. Okay, so when you speak in the future, do you think you'll be able to make it? I have a party tonight. There's a party tonight, and you're invited. Rafa, Paula, Manolo, Juan, Felipe, listen, tonight there's a party in my house, and we're going to play music, dance, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And it's an open bar, yes. Whiskey, gin, beer, wine, and you're invited. So I hope you can make it. I hope you can make it. Make it aquí es estar, llegar, hacer acto de presencia, presentarse en un sitio. I hope you can make it. And how about you, Rafa? Can you make it? I won't be able to make it. Not tonight. Maybe another night, but I won't be able to make it tonight. I won't be able, no podré. Esta noche no podré estar, lo siento. I won't be able to make it. What do you mean, Rafa, you won't be able? You've never been able to come to any of my parties, you know? It's true. Bad luck. I haven't been able to make it to any of your parties over the past 6 or 7 months. You see, I have a party every month. The third Saturday of every month there's a party in my house. It's famous. Now, Rafa has never been able to make it to any of my parties. He's never been able to make it to any of my parties. He's never been able to come. I've invited him to, well, ever since I started these parties about 3 years ago. Yeah. So, I mean, there's been at least 30 parties in my house over the past 3 years, and I've invited Rafa to every one of them, and he's never been able to make it to any of them. He's never been able to come. Yeah, he doesn't know what he's missing. The parties are wild parties. Wow. All right, fun. But Rafa's a very conservative person. Yeah, he's quite well, he's not introverted really, but he's not an outgoing person. So I think that really, the fact that he hasn't been able to come, el hecho de que no ha podido venir, the fact that he hasn't been able to come to any of my parties, I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's because he really doesn't want to come. He feels uncomfortable coming to these parties because the parties in my house are a little bit wild. They get a bit out of control, all right? And I think, but he's never been to one of them. He's never been able to come to any of them. I mean, he could at least come to one, check it out. If he likes it, then he can come back to more. But my parties are becoming famous all over the city, yeah. So, but he hasn't been able to make it to any of them. Yeah. Now, I have a lot of things I haven't been able to do in my life. I've never been able to. I've always wanted to go to the Copacabana and the Ipanema beaches in Rio, but I've never been able to go there. Por H o por B, I've never been able to find a moment to go to Rio. I've never been able to see Rio in person. So, asignatura pendiente, as you say. Another country I've never been able to visit, and that I would like to visit, is South Africa. I've never been able to find the right time to go to South Africa, and I would like to go. Another place I would like to visit that I've never been able, well, two places I would like to visit that I've never been able to visit are Alaska and Hawaii, the two most recent states in the United States. Alaska became a state in 1959, I believe, or 1958, and Hawaii became a state 1 year later. I would really like to go to Alaska. I've never been able to go there. I've never been able. So we can use been able with the present perfect. The expression of understanding certain things. Okay? I've never been able to understand why so many people in this country are envious. This idea of la envidia, the envy, I've never been able to understand that. I've never felt envy in my life. I don't know what it feels like to be envious. I don't understand that feeling. And I've never been able to understand why people are envious of other people. It seems to me a very useless feeling, a waste of time and effort and energy to be envious because you receive nothing in return. No recibes nada a cambio when you suffer envy. I've never been able to understand that feeling. Honestly, I've never been able to understand that feeling, the feeling of envy. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. There are a lot of things about life in general that I've never been able to understand, about people in general, everywhere, not people in Spain, but people everywhere. Power. Some people want power. Power is very important. The acquisition of power is very important for some people. And I've never been able to understand this desire, okay? Of course, the opposite of to have no power at all. I understand that it's not good, and it's, you know, we all want to control our own destiny. But the idea of accumulating power, I've never been able to understand this. Another is to accumulate wealth, riqueza. People who want to get rich, more money, more money. People who already have all the money they need, sometimes they want more. I've never been able to understand this feeling, the feeling of avaricia, que rompe el saco, por cierto, y es verdad. I've never been able to understand the feeling of greed, avaricia, more money. I've never been able to understand it. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My name is Kyle, and I'm here today with Luca. How are you, Luca?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
And today we're going to practice to be able to. To be able to, right? Do you think you will be able to translate all these sentences correctly? I have some sentences here. Do you think you'll be able to translate them correctly?
Yes, I think I'll be able to translate them correctly.
Yes. Do you think you'll be able to translate them correctly? Yes, Kyle, of course. I'll be able to translate them correctly. And Luca, do you think Luca will be able to translate them correctly? I think so. I think she'll be able to do it. So we never use can in the present perfect. Here we have to use to be able to.
Okay.
Okay? And with the future, will you can. No, you can't say that. Will you can. No. Will you be able to?
Okay.
Okay? No he podido hacer mucho ejercicio últimamente.
I haven't been able to get much exercise lately.
Nice, good. I haven't been able to get much exercise lately. I haven't been able to do much exercise. I haven't been able to get much exercise lately. Okay. No han podido encontrar el edificio.
They haven't been able to find the building.
The building, right. So they're on the street looking for the building because so far, hasta ahora, anytime we use this idea of hasta ahora, lately, recently, we have to use present perfect. And here, they're still on the street looking for the building. Why? Because
They haven't been able to find the building.
they haven't been able to find the building. Ella no ha podido practicar mucho.
She hasn't been able to practice much.
She hasn't been able to practice much. Have you been able to practice much at home? Have you been able to study much? Yes, Kyle. This is what they're saying at home. They're saying, yes, Kyle, I've been able to practice every day. Have you been able to study every day?
Yes, Kyle, I've been able to study every day.
Great. Yes, you have to make time. You have to, if you want to learn, you have to be able to make the effort, right?
Right.
Okay. Él no ha podido usar sus nuevos palos de golf todavía.
He hasn't been able to use
Palos de golf.
golf
We say golf clubs.
clubs.
Golf clubs.
He hasn't been able to use his golf class yet.
Clubs.
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 Like un club.
Clubs.
Club. He hasn't been able to use his new golf clubs yet. Say that again.
He hasn't been able to use his new golf clubs yet.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to. Okay. No podré verte hasta la semana que viene.
I won't be able to see you till next week.
Yeah, until.
Until.
I won't be able to see you until next week. I won't be able to. So here in the future, I won't be able to see you next week. Will you be able to come here next week?
Yes, I'll be able to come here next week.
Ask me if I'll be able to come here next week.
Will you be able to come here next week?
Yes, I'll be able to come here next week. Will you be able to watch this show tomorrow? I hope so. Yes, Kyle. With the contraction, I'll be able to watch the show tomorrow. It's good to watch it every day. Podrá llegar a tiempo.
Will he be able to arrive on time?
Yeah,
or
I
to
should.
get
¿Podrá llegar a tiempo? Yeah, will he be able to...
get on time?
Well, we can say arrive on time. Will he be able to arrive on time? Or will he be able to get... Remember, with get, we have to specify the location.
To get there
Will he
on
be able
time.
to get here, to get there, to get to the office? Will he be able to get to school on time? Will you be able to get home on time for dinner tonight?
Yes, I hope so. I hope I'll be able to get home
Yeah.
for dinner
Yeah, on time.
on time.
Yeah. No hemos podido encontrar el nuevo libro.
We haven't been able to find the new book.
We haven't, very good, we haven't been able to. Say that with me. We haven't been able to. We haven't been able to. We haven't been able to. We haven't been able to find the new book. ¿Me lo podrás comprar?
Will you be able to buy it
Will you be able to buy it
for me?
for me? Ask me again.
Will you be able to buy it for me?
Will you be able to buy it for me? Will you be able to buy it for me? Yeah, I'm going to the shop. If you just give me the money and I'll buy it for you. Will you be able to buy it for me? Will you be able to buy it for me? No podré pagarte hasta la semana que viene. Let's send this to our friends at home. I won't be able to pagarte. I won't be able to pay you, right? Hasta la semana que viene.
till next week.
Yeah, till or until.
Until next week.
Say it again.
Will you be able? What was
No
it?
podré. I won't be able to pay you.
I won't be able to pay you until next week.
Yeah, say it again.
I won't be able to pay you until next week.
I won't be able to pay you until next week. She said that she won't be able to pay me until next week, right?
Right?
Okay. No he podido gastar dinero últimamente. No he podido.
I haven't been able
Yes.
to spend money lately.
Yeah. I haven't been able to spend money lately. I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to spend money lately because I don't have any money left. So I haven't been able to spend it. I haven't been able to. Very good. No ha podido batir el récord.
He hasn't been able to
Back-
break the record.
Yes. To break the record. He hasn't been able to break the record. Again?
He hasn't been able to break the record.
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 He hasn't been able to break the record.
He hasn't been able to break the record.
Have you been able to answer a lot of questions in this class?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
I've been able to answer a lot of questions.
Have you been able to answer them correctly? Yes, Kyle. I've been able to answer them correctly. Okay. Great job, Luca.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thanks to you at home. We'll see you soon.
All right, welcome back. Spelling, my friend, I'm sorry, but today we have to do more spelling. So please, take out a sheet of paper and a pencil. Yes, take out a piece of paper or a sheet of paper and a pencil or a pen. Get out or take out a piece of paper. Let's go to camera 1 and practice our spelling, please. Okay, I'm going to dictate the word letter by letter, and probably if you spell it correctly, you will recognize the word. Ah, mira. Okay, Sevilla. All right, good. But if you don't spell it right, then you say, esto qué es? I guarantee you that if you spell the word right, you will recognize it. But I think there may be 2 words here that maybe you don't recognize, but I think you'll recognize them if you spell them right. So you know that if you don't recognize the word, you have made probably a mistake spelling. So I will say the letters aloud, and then I will not repeat the word. I will go on to the next one. Later we'll come back and look at them more carefully, okay? Are you ready, Maria? The last time I think Maria made 5 mistakes spelling. Whoa. Okay, number 1. Holland. Number 2. Are you ready? Okay. Peterson. Okay. The next one. Laugh. Okay. The next one. Maderit. Okay. Okay, Maria? Yeah? All right. The next one. Nepal. Okay. The next one. Idaho. Ready? The next one. Naples. The next one. Sicily. The next one, Managua. The next one, Gijon. The next one, Jaguar. The next one, let's borra. The next one, Beatles. And the last one, are you ready? The last one, Shoemaker. All right. Let's go back. What's the first word, Maria? Hollanda en inglés. Holland escrito. Holland. 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 Holland is the place for me. Okay. Yes. The next one. How do you say the next one in Spanish? You don't know. Pérez. How do you say Pérez in English? Pérez is hijo de Pérez, hijo de Pedro. Peterson. So, Peterson escrito. Peterson. Peterson. Peterson means Pérez. Peterson is Pérez in English. Okay, the next one. What's the next one, Maria? Laugh. No, amar, no. Love, no. Laugh. Her pronunciation is not good. Laugh. Laugh. L-A, the first letter in the alphabet, A, U-G-H. Laugh. Yes, se pronuncia laugh. No sé por qué. Okay. What's the next one, Maria? Yeah, this city in Moorish times, in Arab times, Madrid. Yes, Maderit. Maderit. Letra I, T. Okay. What's the next one, young lady? The capital is Kathmandu, and the country is Nepal. All right, Nepal. 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 And the next one? You don't know, eh? Os pilla todos en esto probablemente. It's one of the states, one of the 50 states in the United States. Idaho. Idaho? ¿Cómo lo decís aquí? I don't know how to say it. I-D-A-H-O. Italia, Dinamarca, Andorra, Huesca, Oviedo. I-D-A-H-O. Idaho. All right. The capital of Idaho is Boise. Very nice city. Idaho is a very nice place. Idaho is famous for its potatoes. Yeah. It's the most important state. Bueno, traditionally, it's the most important state in the United States for the production of potatoes. All right. What's the next one, Maria? Naples, Napoli, Nápoles. Nápoles escrito. N-A-P-L-E-S. What's the next one? Yeah, Sicily. All right, Sicilia. S-I-C-I, y latina ambas. L-Y. Y is Y. And the next one is the capital of Nicaragua. It's Managua. Okay, M-A-N-A-G-U-A. What's the next one, Maria? Yeah? Gijón. Okay, Oviedo, Gijón, y Avilés. Gijón. All right, G-I-J-O-N. G-I-J-O-N. And the next one? Nope, you don't know. Jaguar. Un jaguar. Yeah. It's an animal and it's a car. J-A-G-U-A-R. Jaguar. Jaguar. And the next one? She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. The Beatles, Beatles. B-E-A-T-L-E-S. And finally? Sí, Michael Schumacher. Bueno, Zapatero. in English, shoe, maker, shoemaker, shoemaker. I'll see you in a few minutes to finish the party today.
Hi, my name's Carly Carson. How are you? Good to see you again. Before we start our class, I want to introduce my guest. I'm here with Luca. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. All right, Luke, before we start, Luca is going to help me with some vocabulary, I hope. And you are going to practice the meaning and the pronunciation. Those are the two most important things. So let's begin with the vocabulary. How do you say injury in Spanish?
Herida.
Yes is more wound. You could say lesión. But
Lesión.
they're similar. In English, they're similar. You could say injury. Injury.
Injury.
Good. Injury. So this j sound. Jury. Injury. Very good. All right. How do you say range? Range in Spanish. Gamma.
Gamma.
No? Gamma. That's a new word for me. Gamma, we say. So range. Range with a j at the end. Tell me.
Range.
Good. Range. Range. Good. All right. How do you say lobby in Spanish?
Vestíbulo
Good.
de un hotel.
Yeah, good. We say lobby. So we're going to the lobby. I'll sit in the lobby. Lobby.
Lobby.
Good. And with the b, with your lips together. Lobby. Good. How do you say rating in Spanish?
Valoración.
Good. We say rating. What's the rating of that company? Right? How well would you say good or bad? Rating. Rating.
Rating.
Good. Careful with that pronunciation. It's not ra. It's ray. Ray. Rating. Good. Last one. How do you say housework in Spanish?
Trabajo doméstico.
Good. Yeah. No one likes it, but it's housework. Is it countable or uncountable? What do you think?
Uncountable.
Uncountable. The same as homework. So homework, right, deberes, is the same as housework because they're uncountable. Good, guys. So now you have the meaning, you have the pronunciation. You can use those in conversation out loud. All right. Now, we are going to do some spelling today. I'm going to call Luca on the telephone. It'll be a telephone role play. I'm going to call on behalf of a company. What does on behalf of a company mean?
De parte de.
Good, right? So we say on behalf of a company. And I'm going to give the company name, right? Then Luca is going to repeat the company name back to me. All right. Number one, on the telephone. I'm calling on behalf of J and R Plumbing. That's J and symbol, the and symbol, R space PL UMB ING. J and R Plumbing.
It's
Good.
J and R plumbing.
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 Plumbing. The B is
no B.
silent. The B is silent here. Plumbing.
Okay. Plumbing.
Good. Can you spell it back for me,
Yes.
please?
G.
J?
J.
Good.
How do you say this?
We say and. It's the and symbol. The and symbol.
J. The I.
And.
Symbol.
Good.
R. P. L. U. M. B.
B.
B. I. N. G.
Excellent. Good. Now we say plumbing is fontanero, no?
Sí.
Plumber. Plumber is the person. Fontanería is the noun.
Yes.
Yeah? Plumbing. Plumbing. That B is silent. Good. And the and symbol that you have J and R, we say the and symbol. As far as I know, I say the and symbol. Good. The B is silent and the B is pronounced B, la B, or V, la V. So practicing that pronunciation. All right, the second company. I'm calling on behalf of Sally's Hair Care. That's SALLY apostrophe S space HAIR CARE. Sally's Hair Care. Can you repeat that back for me, please?
Yes. Sally's Hair Care.
Good. Can you spell it, please?
Yes. SALLY apostrophe SHAIR I R C A R E.
Excellent. Perfect, Luca. Good. And at home, we have to admit the vowels in English are difficult. Here's a trick. For I, la I am. Soy yo. You try to think of a trick. I am is la I in Spanish. Very good. The third one. I'm calling on behalf of mechanics are us. That's MECHANICS. Space. R, the letter. Space. US. Let's see.
Something like that.
Perfect. That's great. But it's R space US, yeah? There's a space?
R, yes,
Yep,
space.
good.
US is something different.
US.
than the US.
Are us. Son nosotros, or somos nosotros, we would say, I guess. Good.
Okay.
Tell me.
Mechanics are us.
Good. There are companies that we say are us, like somos nosotros, are us. But it's an abbreviation, right? An abbreviation. Good. Can you spell that back for me, please?
Yes. MECHANICS space US.
Good. And show the camera so the students can see. Good. So that's the spelling. Mechanics are us. Yeah, mechanics are us. Very good. All right, the fourth one. I'm calling on behalf of John's Baking Co. That's JOHN apostrophe S space BAKING space CO period or full stop. Good. Shall we?
John's Baking Company.
Good. It stands for, significa, it stands for company, but we say co. It's an abbreviation. Good. Can you spell it for me, please?
Yes. JOHN apostrophe S BAKING CO.
Good. Yeah. CO period.
Period.
Period in American English. Period, we say. Punto. Period. In British English, do you know what they say? They say full
stop.
Full stop. Yeah. So we say in American English, period. In British English, full stop. Good, guys. So practice those letters, the J and the G, the B and the V, and all of the vowels, all right? And that'll help you with your pronunciation. Take care. See you next time.
Okay. Class number 177 is now part of our past. It's not part of our future. Well, it could be part of your future because I always recommend that you review the classes through the internet. If you're an official student and you have the password to go in and watch this show again and again and again, especially the spelling. Spelling is very important. You must know how to spell if you're going to work and or live in an English-speaking country. Spelling is essential. We do it practically every day, spelling in some way. So don't forget that. Don't underestimate the importance of anything we're teaching you these days. But especially don't underestimate the importance of self-study, doing it yourself, working hard. So have a good day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.